Everyone? This is Minnesota Mike back with you for another video, another live stream. I'm a second or two late. I apologize for that. But we are back. This is the Color of the Sky set list and album and all of that good stuff. And this is a set of songs that I was actually going to do this live stream in February, but it just needed a lot more work, and I just wasn't feeling all that good about it. But I practiced it and all of that, and it's a good set of songs. So I'm really excited. I don't know what was going on there, but I'm really excited to bring this to you. And you'll kind of see this play out in a couple of different ways. The title comes from a line in a Maroon 5 song called Denim Jacket, and normally I'd just play that song, but it didn't make the set list tonight. The line is because the color of the sky just reminds me of your goodbye, and that fit this theme really well, because it kind of takes you through the ends of certain relationships, in terms of people taking me for granted and all of that, and then kind of going back to what makes sense in the last couple of songs, but also having to say goodbye to that person, but not necessarily burning the bridge. So that's what this record is about, and it starts off with Hard to Say I'm Sorry, or a song inspired by that, called Back Page. This one, it wasn't the first song I wrote for the album, but it came out really naturally. Just kind of the feel that I wanted for that particular song. So this is Back Page and Hard to Say I'm Sorry, and I hope you enjoy both of them. We've been doing this for years on end, needed time to mend. We were draining. I always loved you every time you cried, and thought you'd be my bride, yet you always kept me waiting. I'm the back page, and everyone else is the cover. That's no longer gonna fly. There are still some parts of you when you're with him that don't shine through. You need someone new. Say I could be yours, and that causes me to keep holding on. Yeah, I'm the perfect face for radio, him for TV shows, and for bragging on the socials. I'm sick and tired of the waiting game. It ends the same. He's the diamond, I'm the opal. Say the two of us should wait and see. If you set me free, wouldn't that ease your conscience? I'm the back page, and everyone else is the cover. That's no longer gonna fly. There are still some parts of you that when you're with him don't shine through. You need someone new. Say I could be yours, and that causes me to keep holding on. I'm the back page, and everyone else is the cover. That's no longer gonna fly. There are still some parts of you that when you're with him don't shine through. You need someone new. Say I could be yours, and that causes me to keep holding on. Everybody needs some time away, I heard you say, from each other. Even lovers need a holiday, far away from each other. Hold me now. It's hard for me to say I'm sorry. Yeah, I just want you to know. And after all that we've been through, yeah, I will make it up to you. Yeah, I promise you, baby. And after all that's been said and done, you're just a part of me. Yeah, I can't let go. Couldn't stand to be swept away, not for a day, from your body. Wouldn't want to be swept away, far away from the one I love. Hold me now. It's hard for me to say I'm sorry. I just want you to know. Hold me now. I really want to tell you I'm sorry. I could never let you go. And after all that we've been through, I will make it up to you. I promise you. And after all that's been said and done, you're still a part of me. I can't let go. I can't let go. All right, and that was Hard to Say I'm Sorry. They don't include the full title in there, that they say at least. But Hard to Say I'm Sorry by Chicago from, I want to say Chicago 16. I think that was that album. But I'll tell you this, I know for sure it was one of their self-titled albums. I'm just fairly certain it was 16. Which, if I'm doing the math correctly on that one, Toto 4, which was their big breakout album, they were playing as studio musicians on that particular record, and delayed the release of Toto 4 just because they were such sought-after studio musicians and wanted to give that their all and all that good stuff. But that is that backstory. So we are going to continue with a song by Hootie and the Blowfish, which they'll make 2 appearances actually on tonight's show, as will that motorcycle. Hopefully that'll be their only appearance on the show. But this is a song called Dumb Enough, and it's exactly how it sounds. Like, you're kind of dumb enough to keep going at a relationship, even if it's, never going to work. And it was inspired by Not Even the Trees by Hootie and the Blowfish, so I'm going to play both of those. Hoping I wasn't made it this long, and giving up don't seem okay. You told me not right now, and you didn't reject me, so I still hold out for that day. It might not be you, but I'm sure it will be someone else. At least that's what I need, I'm telling myself. Yeah, I'm smart enough to be cautious, and dumb enough to keep trying again. I wonder if sometimes you think I'm glad he bought it, or if you really think we can just be friends. 'Cause your mind's that deluded, don't drag me along. Your fantasy world isn't where I belong. You know damn well the big reason you want someone else in my life is so you can be on the for stringing me along and finally sleep at night. Won't give the satisfaction, 'cause you don't deserve it. No, you don't deserve for us to be fine. Yeah, I'm smart enough to be cautious, and dumb enough to keep trying again. I wonder if sometimes you think I'm glad he bought it, or if you really think we can just be friends. And now you found somebody new. Oh, I'm invited, someone better than you. I'm dumb enough to keep on going. And if that's your propaganda, I guess you're dumb enough too. Alone as I sit and watch the trees, won't you tell me if I scream, will they bend down and talk to me? And it makes me wonder if I know the words, will you come? Or will you laugh at me? Or will I run? Little voice says to me, where you going now, son? I said, I don't know where I'm going, boy, only know where I'm from. And it makes me wonder if the stars shine with my eyes closed, or does my brother's heart cry? I don't know. Yeah, I'm a stranger in my home. Tell me how you know. Someone please talk to me, 'cause I feel you cry and you're sitting with him. And it makes me wonder, will I see you again? Lying down in Charleston under the Carolina sky. You see, I'm tired of living my own little lie, and it makes me wonder, when I see you in my dreams, are you talking to me? Yeah, I'm a stranger in my own. Tell me, are you feeling alone? Someone tell me what to do, 'cause I'm feeling strong, and I wonder how you feel. Do you realize my pain is so real? I see you in my dreams, and I wonder if you're looking down on me and smiling right now. Oh, I wanna know it's true when he looks down at me. Won't you tell me? Does he realize he came down and took you too soon? And now my days are short and my nights are long. I lay down with memories that keep me going on, and it makes me wonder, am I sit and stare? Will I see your face again? Tell me, do you care? Yeah, I'm a stranger in my own. Tell me, are you feeling alone? Right now I just can't see, 'cause I'm feeling weak, and my soul begins to bleed. And no one's listening to me, not even the trees. All right, and that was Hootie and the Blowfish, Not Even the Trees. And before that, I had my song called Dumb Enough. That Hootie and the Blowfish song, like a lot of the songs on that particular record, Cracked Review, were about Darius Rucker's mom, and just kind of trying to reconnect with her. That and racism those were two of the biggest things, and Hold My Hand is kind of about that too. He revealed in an interview recently. It's kind of addressing racial issues and racial tensions in South Carolina. But that's just a phenomenal album, and we're gonna see, or you're gonna hear another song from that album in a little bit. But now we're going to a different group from the 90s, a much different song. And this song is actually from the 2000s. It was released in 2004. But this is a song called Agoraphobia, and it inspired a song of mine that's called If You Don't Love Me Now. And I'm going to play both of them, and I hope you enjoy it. Said you loved me once, but that was years ago, but did not return the main things that you had. We didn't jive when we talked, so I decided to walk, and now the thought of you changed, but I was wrong. Given now, you'll never love me, love me, love me. If you don't love me now, I know it's never gonna pass. If you don't love me now, I know it's never gonna pass. If you don't love me now, get on, get on, get on, get on, get on. You beat around the bush so you can feel mad about rejecting me, 'cause you feel sad. If something chipped away at how you made me sway, you need a puppet who won't ask questions. And now that won't be me, 'cause you refuse to see. You can get my heart broken, won't let you off the hook. Given now, you'll never love me. If you don't love me now, I know it's never gonna pass. If you don't love me now, I know it's never gonna pass. If you don't love me now, get on, get on, get on, get on, get on, get on. Giving now, you'll never love me, love me, love me. If you don't love me now, I know it's never gonna pass. If you don't love me now, I know it's never gonna pass. If you don't love me now, I know it's never gonna pass. If you don't love me now, get on, get on, get on, get on, get on. Two people touching lips, hands on each other's hips, nothing else in the world but one another. The 40s hanging low on a distant shore. I wonder how we strayed so far from this. Remember when we were just flesh and bone, you sir, may have forgotten how good your world could be. Put down your hollow tips and kiss your lover's lips, and know that fate is what you make of it. Please end this before this ends us, ends us, ends us. I wanna stay inside. I wanna stay inside for good. I wanna stay inside. I wanna stay inside for good. I wanna stay inside for good, for good, for good, for good, for good, for good. I read the news today, and everything they say just makes me wanna stay inside and wait. But a part of me knows that waiting in the throes is on par with reading with my eyes closed. What can I do, you say? It's just another day in the life of apes with ego trips. Put down your hollow tips and kiss your lover's lips, and know that fate is what we make of it. Please end this before this ends us, ends us, ends us. I wanna stay inside. I wanna stay inside for good. I wanna stay inside. Yeah, I wanna stay inside for good. I wanna stay inside. No, I wanna stay inside for good. I wanna stay inside for good, for good, for good, for good, for good, for good, for good. All right, and that was If You Don't Love Me Now and Agoraphobia, the Incubus song, which suits me very well. There are certain things that I learn in songs, um, and that I'm like, oh, I didn't know that word. And sometimes it's just like geographical information, like Fountains of Wayne, for instance. I know a lot about the East Coast because of things referenced in their songs. Um, and Agoraphobia, when that song came out, I was like, "Oh, what's that?" And sure enough, um, it turns out that it's the fear of the outdoors, or fear of going outside, and that's appropriate for quarantine. And then for avid indoorsmen like myself, that's just a fabulous thing. So one of my running jokes is that if I have like an inside joke or whatever, something that's kind of an inside joke with myself, then I will always say that if that joke were any more inside, it'd be agoraphobic. Um, but that is that. I appreciate everybody who is tuning in. If you have not said hey yet, please feel free to do so in the comments section. But this next one actually came to me while I was at work, and I did use some actual names in here, but not of the person that I'm kind of bashing in this song. But this is called A&R Blues, and the A&R has to do with the area in which this person lives, but I didn't want to, give away that location or anything. But some of you might be able to figure it out. But this was inspired by the Subterranean Homesick Blues, and that is a really difficult song to play. So I just ended up doing my own arrangement of this and then using it for that. But the funny thing, obviously, about Subterranean Homesick Blues is if you look up kind of sort of the music video or the promotional video, it has Bob Dylan like holding up the keywords for the different lines in the song, and so even he couldn't remember the lyrics. But anyway, this is A&R Blues and Subterranean Homesick Blues. Dinos in the limelight, killing brings him to life. Scares you with his nightstick, scares you with the life he picked. He snapped out of nowhere, something we thought he'd never do. You called me up, complained, and now he gave you the A&R Blues. Danny joined the Air Force once he broke your heart, of course. Thought he was a jackass, but you liked the status. You held on and constantly put up with his ruse. So I felt no sympathy when he provided the A&R Blues. Nathan was your next man, let you time down and again. Needed your whole family just to break up with him. We did a romance and try, we weren't compatible and became unglued. Now Nathan and I are the reason for your A&R Blues. Lawrence was possessive, broke up, he was obsessive. You went and sought protection, that's where you found your next man. Was dating another, cheated on her with you. Now you perpetuate the cycle, now she's got the A&R Blues. Had 2 stints with Christoph, he had it all, then broke it off. Next time you turned the tables when he was a neighbor. In your times of struggle, to see things from your point of view. Didn't learn your lesson, now it's your second bout of his A&R Blues. I was tired of waiting, tired of hesitating. You and I were consistent, yet you were resisting. You're never gonna love me in the way I want you to. Now you've hit a new low, running with Bemidji Joe. He's a cop like Connor, same amount of honor. Same old story, same old pain you put me through. Now you're the one freely giving out the A&R Blues. Johnny's in the basement mixing up the medicine. I'm on the pavement thinking about the government. The man in the trench coat badge I laid off says he got a bad cough, wants to get paid off. Look out, kid, it's something you did. God knows when, but you're doing it again. You better duck down the alleyway looking for a new friend. The man in the coonskin cap by the big pen wants $11 bills, you've only got 10. Maggie comes Sweetfoot, fence full black soot, talking about the heat bug, doing something big bug. Phone's tapped anyway, Maggie says many day. They must have lost in early May. Orders from the DA. Look out, kid, no matter what you did. Walk on your tiptoes, don't try no dose. Better stay away from those that carry around the fire hose. Keep a clean nose, watch the plane coast. You don't need a weatherman to know which way the wind blows. Get sick, get well, hang around the inkwell. Ring bell, hard to tell if anything is gonna sell. Try hard, get barred, get back, ride rail. Get jailed, jump bail, join the army if you fail. Look out, kid, you're gonna get hit. But users, cheaters, 6-time losers. Hang around the theaters, girl by the whirlpool. Looking for a new fool, don't follow the leaders. Watch the parking meters. Get born, keep warm, short pants, romance, learn to chance, get dressed, get blessed, try to be success. Please her, please him, buy gifts, don't steal, don't live, 20 years of schooling, and they put you on the day shift. Look out, kid, they better keep it hid, better jump the manhole, light yourself a candle, don't wear sandals, try to avoid the scandals, don't wanna be a bum, you better chew gum, the plum don't work. 'Cause the vandals took the handles. All right, and that was Subterranean Homesick Blues. Just to give a little preview of next week, Bob Dylan is turning 80, and so we're going to do a 40-song set. Which is really ambitious. This is not going to be one of them because I'm still going to be catching my breath from doing that. But that is quite the song. And I mean, he has wordier songs, I feel like, but like at least there's a little bit more rhythm to him than you know, some of the other ones, or than, you know, this one, like Lily Rosemary and Jack of Hearts, pops into my head immediately. But this next song was inspired by a Kenny Chesney song called When I Think About Leaving, and that was off of his album When the Sun Goes Down, and it was actually co-written by Rory Lee Fleek or Feek, something like that, and this guy named Tim Johnston, who I met somebody who knows him or knew him, wrote with him, all of that. He passed away about 9 years ago, but I can't for the life of me remember that person's name in Memphis, but Tim Johnston. Or actually Tim Johnson, not Johnston. And then Paul Overstreet was one of the other co-writers. Some really good ones. And I wrote this one all on my own. This is a song called You Never Texted Me Sober. And I used a little bit of projection here because I was, you know, drinking a little bit and, you know, from home, but I, you know, was texting this person that maybe wasn't a good idea to be doing that. But this is a song called You Never Texted Me Sober, and When I Think About Leaving, and I hope you enjoy it. There are only certain times when you love me in the way that I hate. And all the others, you're with him, and you just let me bleed. You never texted me sober. Why would you text me drunk? Why would you care if you think your new boyfriend is a punk? It's the lies and deceit, blood gets on my feet. I was supposed to clean it up with your other junk. You never texted me sober. Why would you text me drunk? You never did realize all I did for you in the end. It was all you could muster to even make time to be my friend. You never texted me sober. Why would you text me drunk? Why wouldn't you just go? I'm breaking my heart in little chunks. Got a new one for the pain. Tell me what's this one's name, and how long before he's just another pawn in your game? You never texted me sober. Why would you text me drunk? I think you liked the attention I gave you while someone else gave you the rest. Every time you didn't love me enough, it put us to the test. You never texted me sober. Why would you text me drunk? That's objective and not a theory for you to debunk. You know how much I'll take, know how you can make me break. Know I'll come crawling back like nothing was at stake. You never texted me sober. Why would you text me drunk? You never texted me sober. Don't try to pretend that that's what you knew if I were one of your girlfriends. I ain't your little toy, knew me put away after I put all your trauma and pay. You never texted me sober. Why would you text me drunk? You never texted me sober. Why would you text me drunk? You know, sometimes me and my lady have these crazy fights. And when we do, it makes me wonder if we're ever gonna get it right. And when I think about leaving, I think about me. What my life would be like if I went back to being free. Go where I wanna go, do what I wanna do. I wouldn't have a soul I had to answer to. When I think about leaving, I think about me. You know, I got a friend, he and his wife just couldn't see eye to eye. He had all he could stand. One day he just packed up and said goodbye. When I think about leaving, I think about him. In that little apartment across town he's living in. Got an old Corvette, got a new girlfriend, but he only sees his kids every other weekend. When I think about leaving, I think about him. I never will forget her face on the day she told me about her dad. How he walked out on her and her mom when she was just a kid. When I think about leaving, no, I think about her. Only 5 years old and her heart filled up with her. With her little arms wrapped around his neck, saying, Daddy, where you going? Are you coming back? When I think about leaving, I think about her. I never will forget her face and the day she told me about her. But just saying. You know, the truth is, things are pretty great. And most of the time, I know we got something special. When I think about leaving, I think about us. How we build this life, we share our faith and trust. The honest way we talk, tender way we touch. All those nights we spend making love. When I think about leaving, I think about us when I think about leaving. No, I think again. Even though that long crosses my mind every now and then. Yeah, but I know I would never leave. There's nowhere else on earth that I would rather be when I think about leaving. When I think about leaving. When I think about leaving. I think again. All right, and that was You Never Texted Me Sober, and When I Think About Leaving. The best line in that song, in my opinion, and not even like emotionally, but just like in terms of how it flows, is that line in the second verse of got an old Corvette, got a new girlfriend, but he only sees his kids every other weekend. When I post the playlist in a little bit, just listen to the way he sings it. It's just phenomenal. But really, really good, good song. So this next one kind of gets into the more positive stuff, and things turning around. It's not even that I'm there yet, but it's just that there are certain things that kind of make you happy along the way, and kind of getting back to that after some bumps in the road and distractions and things like that. But this is a song called The Sweetest Thing, and it was actually the first song I wrote for the record, but wound up in the middle of it. This is inspired by Bittersweet by Big Head Todd and the Monsters. This, as I was going through this, I was like, oh my gosh, those chords are very similar to I'm Going Home by Hootie and the Blowfish. And so I'm going to do that one as well. And it makes sense. I mean, they were, I want to say within like 2 years of each other. I think this was, let's see. Oh, no. I take that back. 4 years in the other direction. This was 1990, and then the Hootie and the Blowfish was 94. But still in the 90s, the point remains the same. So this is The Sweetest Thing, Bittersweet, and I'm Going Home by Hootie and the Blowfish. Yeah, I've been taken for granted, folks who wouldn't make time for me if they wanted to. Your love makes me wanna untangle from all this blue. 'Cause you make an effort in this time, and you don't know how meaningful that means. We decided to fly when before we didn't even have wings. It's the sweetest thing to know you love me and can't leave me. And the sweetest thing just gets sweeter. I've always wanted to love someone like you now that you are. I feel better than ever, and you make me forget about all my scars. In fact, you match them, and I can't express how beautiful that feels. When you're at your best, all you knew is it. It's the sweetest thing to know you love me and can't leave me. Then the sweetest thing just gets sweeter. I don't think I can love you any more than I do now. We both got to here, and to this day I know how. It's the sweetest thing to know And the sweetest thing just gets sweeter. It's the sweetest thing to know you love me and can't leave me. And the sweetest thing just gets sweeter. The little girl looks through her bedroom window, and she dances in my dreams. She's not so far as she seems. Her brighter meadows, melting sunsets, her hair blowing in the breeze. And she can't see me watching, and I'm thinking, love, 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 love. It's bittersweet, more sweet than bitter, bitter than sweet. It's a bittersweet surrender. It's a bittersweet, more sweet than bitter, bitter than sweet. It's a bittersweet surrender. Yeah, I'm older now, I work in the city. We live together, but it's different than my dream. Morning light fills the room I rise, she pretends she's sleeping. Are we everything we wanted? And I'm thinking love, 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 love. It's bittersweet, more sweet than bitter, bitter than sweet. It's a bittersweet surrender. It's a bittersweet, more sweet than bitter, bitter than sweet. It's a bittersweet surrender. Yeah, I know we don't talk about it, we don't tell each other all the little things that we need. As we tremble and as we tremble and we bleed. As we tremble and as we tremble and we bleed. It's bittersweet, more sweet than bitter, bitter than sweet. It's a bittersweet surrender. It's bittersweet, more sweet than bitter, bitter than sweet. It's a bittersweet surrender. Mama, please don't go, won't you stay here for one more day? I'm in your little boy for so long now, there's so much I still have to say. Sky rips open and I'm holding close in my hand, like a soldier on his very last day. Cry myself to sleep at night and I listen and I hear the angels sing sha-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la. I I'm going home. Sha-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la, I'm going home. Something inside makes me scream. How could God take you from your little boy? He'll be alright, he's by my side. He's no little boy, he's my pride and joy. La 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 la, sha la la la, sha la la la, I'm going home. Sha la la la, sha la la la, I'm going home. Take me home. Summer on the radio and the phone rings, and it was Jeanette. She said, boy, we had to let her go. I begged her, no, 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 not yet. You left 6 of us to fend for ourselves. I guess it's part of someone's master plan. I see you laughing, you're my best friend. You're the light of the lamp, and I cried as the angels sang. Sha-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la, I'm going home. Sha-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la, I'm going home. Sha-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la, I'm going home. Oh, take me home. Sha-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la, I'm going home. All right, and that was The Sweetest Thing, Bittersweet, and I'm Going Home. So that particular song, it's really funny because there are certain names that have been like not even necessarily ruined for me because of pop culture, but just like I just have an association with them that I just can't get over. And the name Jeanette is one of them from that particular song. So a couple of years ago, I worked with somebody named Jeanette, and she like came into work one day, and for some reason, like that just popped into my head of like just the way that he says it in that really deep, like mumbly voice. And it was Jeanette, and so so that just like popped into my head, and so now that song is just hilarious to me. But another idea or song I should say, inspired by the passing of Darius Rucker's mother, and that's a really really good song. So speaking of really good songs, we're gonna go back a decade and play a song by Crowded House, and the song that inspired it on my end is a song, or the song that, yeah, that song inspired on my end was a song called Echo Chamber. So I'm going to play that first. There's a message I sent where I'm bored out my heart. Now I know there is you, I will never restart. It's so easy to think of all that could have meant. I still know that it's me, even though you found it. You're the answer in an echo chamber. When we met, you were a perfect stranger. Sick of living in an echo chamber. Happy there is you. Now I'm 5 years removed from the horrible blow. Demons have been informed, it's time for them to go. It's so easy to see us in a crowded house. You're the one thing that's sure in my times of doubt. You're the answer in an echo chamber. When we met, you were a perfect stranger. Sick of living in an echo chamber. Happy there is you. You may not know it yet. In the past I was shy and did not want to lose you on any given night. It's 1,000,000 to 1. You are one in a million. Proof that I can be loved by somebody still. You're the answer in an echo chamber. When we met, you were a perfect stranger. Sick of living in an echo chamber. Happy there is you. You're the answer in an echo chamber. When we met, you were a perfect stranger. Sick of living in an echo chamber. Happy there is you. Happy there is you. There is freedom within, there is freedom without. Trying to get the delusion of being begun. There's a battle ahead, many battles are lost, but you never see the end of the road as you're traveling with me. Hey now, don't dream it's over. Hey now, when the world comes in, they come to build a wall between us. We know they won't. Now I'm towing my car, there's a hole in the roof. My possessions are causing me suspicion, but there's no proof. In the paper today, it's a war and a waste, but you turn right over to the TV, babe. Hey now, don't dream it's over. Hey now, when the world comes in, they come to build a wall between us. We know they won't win. Now I'm walking again to the beat of a drum, and I'm counting the steps to the door of your heart. Only shadows ahead, barely clearing the roof. Yet to know the feeling is liberation and release. Hey now, don't dream it's over. Hey now, when the world comes in between, they come, build a wall between us. We know they won't win. Hey now, don't dream it's over. Hey now, when the world comes in between, they come, and build a wall between us. We know they won't win. We know they won't win. All right, and that was Don't Dream It's Over by Crowded House. Neil Finn is now a member of Fleetwood Mac. How the times have changed. So this next one is a really good trivia question. Who sings the song in the closing credits of Pretty in Pink? And of course, the correct answer is orchestral maneuvers in the dark. Just rolls right off the tongue. OMD is how they abbreviate that, which is not to be confused with OMC, which sings How Bizarre, another one-hit wonder. Although technically these guys aren't a one-hit wonder. But anyway, this next one is a song called It's Easier, and I'm going to do it as a medley with If You Leave, and I hope you enjoy both of them. I'm afraid one day soon I'll say something you won't take too hard. I'll pour out mine, you won't return the feelings I've had from the start. Yet the way you make me feel is something I can't deny. So tell me, honey, that you are willing to give me a try. It's easier to see us together than gaining rust. It's easier to see the spark than to make maneuvers in the dark. I'd rather live in the fantasy land than to never be your man. So I believe it'll be you and me until the end of eternity. It's easier to see us together than gaining rust. It's easier to see the spark than to make maneuvers in the dark. It's true you look pretty in pink, but I'd love to see you dressed in white, soaping out a Saturday, and we can begin the rest of our lives. It's easier to see us together than gaining rust. It's easier to see the spark than to make maneuvers in the dark. It's easier to see us together than gaining rust. It's easier to see the spark than to make maneuvers in the dark. If you leave, don't leave now. Please don't take my heart away. Promise me just one more night, then we'll go our separate ways. We've always had time on our side. Now it's fading fast. Every second, every moment, we gotta make it last. I touch you once, I touch you twice. I won't let go at any price. I need you now like I needed you then. You always said we'd be friends someday. Now likely. If you leave, I won't cry, I won't waste one single day. But if you leave, don't look back, I'll be running the other way. 7 years went under the bridge like time standing still. Heaven knows what happens now. You gotta say you will. I touch you once, I touch you twice, I won't let go at any price. I need you now like I needed you then. You always said we'd meet again. I touch you once, I touch you twice, I won't let go at any price. I need you now like I needed you then. You always said we'd still be friends. I touch you once, I touch you twice, I won't let go at any price. I needed you now like I needed you then. You always said we'd meet again someday. If you leave, don't look back. Don't look back. All right, and that was If You Leave by Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, and It's Easier, which is right before that. Like I said, that was off of Pretty in Pink, and not super realistic that they would wind up back together. So I'd suggest some new movies if you, are banking on life being that type of a fairy tale. But that is still a really good song, and artistically, I feel like that song was recorded in like 48 hours because they got a last minute commission for it because the song that they were going to use, they changed the ending or something, and so they needed a new song, and so this band was about to go on tour, and they were like, all right, fine, and so they ended up making this song, and it just absolutely exploded. So that was that. Speaking of people being at the height of their fame and touring, this was a year before everything fell apart for at the time the Dixie Chicks. Now they're just called the Chicks. But they had kind of built up this nice crowd of people who really identified with this song, and then justifiably spoke out against the war. And in Iraq, I believe it was, they were in London and said, we're ashamed that the president of the United States is from Texas. And just got all this backlash and were effectively blacklisted. But anyway, this was a song of theirs called Travelin' Soldier. And I got to give a shout out to, I wrote this album in November. I got to give a shout out to my friends Luciana and Rachel of King Margot. They do a really, really good cover of this song. This was originally written by and recorded by a guy, and so it's 2021. Who cares about the gender bending? But in case you're wondering, yes, it can be sung by a guy. And so this is The One Who Got Away and Travelin' Soldier, and that is that. So I'm going to play both of those, and this song is pretty self-explanatory, but it's just about somebody that was in my life and is still in my life, but we just live in separate states now, and I didn't really speak up about my feelings because I didn't want to lose her, and so that's kind of what this song is about. So this is The One Who Got Away and Travelin' Soldier, and I hope you enjoy it. He met her in Memphis on a neck outside the place where she went to sleep at night. There were others, so he didn't make much much of it at all. A few months later at a theater in town, he saw her again. Things got off the ground, he got her number, and she was his life that fall. Then one day she announced to him she was leaving town, but not burning the bridge. What a first, but they were still up in the air. Then Christmas he drove where she lived, but the snow and ice which made him scared, but stayed silent, living on her breath. Now the sky's colored today, reminds him of the last time she went away. It's been the same all the time, meaning she's always on his mind. It's all about the right place, and that's whenever he sees her face. Thanks to what he couldn't say, she might be the one who got away. But they kept in touch, though she found someone. He wasn't about to give up his run. Communicated to his best friend that he'd marry her. In the end, he never talked that way since the girl who broke his heart in Spain. There ain't no one who gives him that rush. He never wants to feel no one else's touch. She's the only one who can make him feel whole again. Now the sky's colored today, reminds him of the last time she went away. It's been the same all the time, meaning she's always on his mind. It's all about the right place, and that's whenever he sees her face. Thanks to what he couldn't say, she might be the one who got away. Now it reminds him of the last time she went away. It's been the same all the time, meaning she's always on his mind. It's all about the right place, and that's whenever he sees her face. Thanks to what he couldn't say, she might be the one who got away. 2 days past 18, he was waiting for the bus in his army green. Sat down in a booth in a cafe there, and gave his order to a girl with a bow in her hand. He's a little shy, he gave him a smile, said, would you mind sitting down for a while and talking when I'm feeling kinda low? She said, I'm off in an hour, and I know where we could go. So they went down and sat by the piers, and I wish you got a boyfriend, but I don't care. I got no one to send a letter to. Would you mind if I sent one back here to you? Oh, I cried, never gonna hold the hand of another guy in New York. For him they told her, waiting for the love of a traveling soldier. Our love will never end, waiting on the soldier to come back again. Never more to be alone when the soldier's letter says the soldier's coming home. So the letters came from an army camp in California, then Vietnam, and he had a heart. And he told her of his heart. It might be love and all of the things he was so scared of. He said, when it's getting rough over there, I think of that day sitting on the pier, and I close my eyes and see your pretty smile. No worry, but I won't be able to ride for a while. Oh, I cried, I never gonna hold the hand of another guy in New York. For him they told her, waiting for the love of a traveling soldier. soldier. Our love will never end. Waiting for the soldier to come back again. Nevermore to be alone when the letter said the soldier's coming home. One Friday night at a football game, the Lord's Prayer said and the anthem sang. A man said, folks, would you bow your heads for a list of local Vietnam dead? Crying all alone under the stands was a megalome man in a marching band, and one name ran, but nobody really cared. But a pretty little girl with a bow in her hair. They told her, waiting on the love of a traveling soldier. Our love will never end. Waiting for the soldier to come back again. Nevermore to be alone when the letter said a soldier's. I cried, never gonna hold the hand of another guy. New York, for him they told her, waiting for the love of a traveling soldier. Our love will never end. Waiting for the soldier to come back again. Never to be alone when the letter said the soldier's coming home. The soldier's coming home. All right, and that was The One Who Got Away and Traveling Soldier by the Dixie Chicks, or the Chicks now as they are known. And by the way, a lot of people have jumped on the, changing their name bandwagon if the name is insensitive or whatever. And it's the very definition of the least they could do. But the Dixie Chicks, the Chicks, are actually really good people from everything I have gathered. So that's just one of those things that I totally understand. But that is that. Cool. So this next one is a song called Vienna, and this is by Billy Joel, and it inspired a song of mine called Over You, and so I'm going to play that as well. Excuse me, I'm going to play that one first. By the way, I appreciate everybody who's tuning in, and whether you're tuning in live or, a little bit later, you will. I really appreciate that. If you feel like tipping, I do have PayPal, Cashapp, and Venmo, and all three of those are totally cool. It's all money. So feel free to throw some money in the tip jar, but feel free not to. Absolutely no obligation. So this is Over You and Vienna, and I hope you enjoy both of them. Life's been strange since we met. I told people what I want, but the profit I net doesn't always seem to find its way into the blue. Intentions for best laid plans are more visible, 'cause now I finally can see a path that might carry us through. Yes, I was lying when I said I was over you. The minute I hear your pretty voice, it makes me remember that if love is a choice, I'd choose your love and your heartbeat next to mine. The path we we were on did diverge to finally get us both what we deserved. And I guess I'm still in love after all this time. Don't wanna fall in the same old trap, but I'm cautiously hoping that we're all the way back and even better than we were before old life was removed. I guess I was lying when I said I was over you. I've gotten keeping up my guard. I need another lover, not another scar. And I see one from when I fell without a clue. Yeah, I guess I was lying when I said I was over you. Yeah, I guess I was lying when I said I was over you. Slow down, you crazy child. You know you're so ambitious for a juvenile. But then if you're so smart, tell me why you so afraid. What's the fire? Where's the fire? What's the hurry about? You better cool it off before you burn it out. You've got so much to do and only so many hours in the day. But you know that when the truth is told that you can get what you want or you can just grow old, you're gonna kick off before you're even halfway through. When will you realize Vienna waits for you? Slow down, you're doing fine. You can't be everything you want to be before your time. Although it's so romantic on the borderline tonight. Too bad, but it's the life you lead. You're so ahead of yourself that you forgot what you need. Though you can see when you're wrong, you know you can't always see when you're right. You got your passion, you got your pride, but don't you know only fools are satisfied? Dream on, but don't imagine they'll all come true. When will you realize Vienna waits for you? Slow down, you crazy child. Take the phone off the hook and disappear for a while. It's alright, you can afford to lose a day or two. When will you realize Vienna waits for you? And you know that when the truth is told, you can get what you want or you can just get old. You're gonna kick off before you get halfway through. When will you realize? Why don't you realize Vienna waits for you? All right, just responding to some of my fans here. All right. Cool. So I just have one more original and then two more covers. Actually, this one is one of those that kind of came out as I was going over some stuff, and realized that there were some songs that fit together rather nicely. So this is a song called Glove, and it's an original. And of all things, it was actually inspired by um, it was actually inspired by um, Back to December, the Taylor Swift song, which never happens. And so that was that. And then as I was going over some of the guitar, I was like, "Ooh, um, that's I kind of had this Bailey Bigger song in my head too, called Tornado," and so I'm gonna close with both of those, which is good because Back to December, it's a good song, but it's also where I started hating Taylor Swift because she, in an interview, it's an apology song because she broke up with Taylor Lautner and he didn't do anything, which is probably the case more than she lets on, and is exactly my problem with the way that she handled this song. Because what she said is, she said, "Yeah, it's a really unique song for me. I've never apologized in a song before because I've never needed to." And I'm like, first of all, that's probably false, and secondly, I've had situations where I was mad at the person, but I still didn't yell at them. You might not know it now, but that's just one of those things. But it is indeed what inspired the song, and so I'm gonna play Glove, Back to December, and then Tornado after that, and that will close things out. I see things unfolding before my eyes. I'm not the reason for this goodbye. I miss you and I know that you're what's best for me. This time don't wanna feel closure. Find someone to help me get over. To give you proof that you are not the one I need. 'Cause I never said nothing to you and it haunts me each morning I wake. I tried to fill the void but that only led to mistakes. I know your life isn't turned out exactly how you wanted, and that makes me sad, but I'm happy to have you in that club. Maybe next time we fall together we could just fall in love. There's just something about you that fits me like a glove. It wasn't the liars I was chasing or the heartache I was embracing. You are the happiness I wanted all along. I hated the mere fact of losing, with no ice whenever I'm bruising. I need you with me whether I am right or wrong. 'Cause I never said nothing to you and it haunts me each morning I wake. I've tried to fill the void but that's only led to mistakes. I know your life hasn't turned out exactly how you wanted, and that makes me feel sad, but I'm happy you're in that club. Maybe next time we fall together we can just fall in love. Back in touch, felt a rush, and I realized no one but you could ever make me feel that buzz. And there's just something about you that makes me think how happy I was. There's just something about you that fits me like a glove. I'm so glad you made time to see me. How's life? Tell me, how's your family? I haven't seen them in a while. You've been good, busier than ever. We small talk, work in the weather. Your guard is up and I know why. 'Cause the last time you saw me is still burned in the back of my mind. You gave me roses and I left them there to die. So this is me swallowing my pride, standing in front of you saying I'm sorry for that night. I go back to December all the time. It turns out freedom ain't nothing but missing you, wishing I realized what I had when you were mine. I go back to December, turn around and make it alright. I go back to December all the time. These days I haven't been sleeping, I've been waking up weaving. When your birthday passed and I didn't call, and think about the summer, all the beautiful times I watched you laughing from the passenger side, and I realized I loved you in the fall. Then the cold came, the dark days when fear crept into my mind. You gave me all your love and all I gave you was goodbye. So this is me swallowing my pride, standing in front of you saying I'm sorry for that night. I go back to December all the time. It turns out freedom ain't nothing but missing you, wishing I realized what I had when you were mine. I go back to December, turn around and change my own mind. I go back to December all the time. I miss your dance skin, your sweet smile. So good to me and so right. And now you held me in your arms on that September night, the first time you ever saw me cry. Maybe this is wishful thinking, probably just mindless dreaming, but if we loved again, I swear I love you right. I'd go back in time and change it, but I can't. So if the chain is on your door, I understand. But this is me swallowing my pride, standing in front of you saying I'm sorry for that night. I go back to December. It turns out freedom ain't nothing but missing you, wishing I realized what I had when you were mine. I go back to December, turn around and make it alright. I go back to December, turn around and change my own mind. I go back to December all the time. Once I tried to explain it to myself, and another time I tried to write it down. It seems so easy for everyone to blame, but the tornado could not maintain. So I tried and tried to clear out my mind, but I just continued to get lost inside. And I traveled all this way to find. Now once was lost, but now I'm just blind. Timing it like knives in my back, like a bag that I could not unpack. But I guess I had to lose myself to find my dusty heart sitting on a shelf. So I tried and tried to clear out my mind, but I just can't get lost inside. And I traveled all this way to find. Now once was lost, but now I'm just blind. So I tried and tried to clear out my mind, and I wrote the words down every time, and it never seemed to flow out like rhymes. I once was lost, but now I'm just blind. So I tried and tried to clear out my mind, but I just can't get lost inside. And I traveled all this way to find. Yeah, I once was lost, but now I'm just blind. I once was lost, but now I'm just blind. All right, and that was Back to December and Tornado, and then my song called Glove. So that's The Color of the Sky, that album and live stream. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to take a little bit of time off, more than normal, but I'll be back not this Monday, but next Monday, because it is Bob Dylan's 80th birthday. So like I said, we're going to be doing a 40-song set for that. So stay tuned, because it'll probably start a little bit earlier than normal. But just so I can fit it in and get everybody to bed at a decent hour. But I hope you enjoyed tonight, and have a good week. And I'll see you in a little over a week. Thank you so much. I'm Minnesota Mike.